Right, I think I think that's it. Anyway, let's see how we go on, shall we? Hello, welcome. I'm Emma. This is the 10-minute quilter, and it's what day is it today? Wednesday, the 14th of June, and I'm coming to you from the south of England. I think that's it. Moving on from that, I just thought I'd do a quick update on my Cadence quilt of the week, Cadence quilt, and well, actually quilt of the decade. Perhaps this one should be referred to, or a decade anyway. It's finished, well, sort of anyway. This is the Cadence quilt by Sassafras Lane Designs, a quilt that I started in 2018 with Laura and Tracy, and I don't know if you've watched the previous video, we were doing 2 wedges a week, and I managed 6 before I put it all away and left it. So I've pulled it out, and I've been working really hard to get this done. Been working really hard, and it's finished. Ta-da! Well, it's not quite finished, but it's close enough as far as I'm concerned. I was doing mine in Denise Schmidt fabrics out of my stash, and I just about managed to, because I don't know if you remember, I had to raid the bag. I had to raid the bag for another, well, I didn't have to, I chose to, for another project, which left me a little bit short on one of my wedges. It was one of the yellow ones. I'll put a picture in anyway. So there had to be a little bit of creative piecing going on, and I had to move round 1 or 2 of the wedges out of a different order to what was in the pattern, because I had a bit of confusion with my colours towards the end, so it didn't quite work as well as planned. But there we go, it's finished. So, yeah, I've done it. Now, I say I've done it, I haven't quite done it, but anyway, I'll show you what I mean. So I think you can hear what I mean. Yeah. I will put some photographs in so that you can see it, but all the wedges are now pieced. It is all put together, because once the wedges are done, you then have to do you have to add the centre circles, and then you have to add all of the templates that go around the outside to square it up. So that's all done. It actually went together quite nicely, or so far anyway. Yeah, when I put it on the quilt frame, it might be a different matter, but at the moment it looks like it's gone together quite nicely. So I think you can probably hear what my next job is with it. Because it's paper foundation pieced, all of this paper now has to come out, which is a bit of a pain in the bum, I have to say, but I've made a start. Some of them, there you go, you can see that those have come out, and so I'm just going to keep working my way round, taking the papers out, but that's going to take a few nights, I think, to get all of those out. Yeah, it's now done. I wasn't quite sure of my colourways to start with, but I think it's worked quite nicely. It's a fairly muted palette, which is quite nice, and it's not quite as sort of in your face as that, but yeah, I think it works okay. So now I have had a love-hate relationship with this whilst I've been working on it. I've had some weeks, some days when I've really liked it. I've had other days when I absolutely hate it. So it's been a real roller coaster. It has felt like a huge chore at times. There is nothing fast about this quilt pattern, because each one is pieced into sections, and each wedge I'm trying to think if I can show you without showing you too much. So each one is pieced like so. I don't think you can see the measurements, but just in case or anything, you haven't got the templates either, but it is a bought pattern, so just to be careful. Each one is done in sections, so for each wedge you complete the small one, this one, and then the outside part of the wedge. Now, I did film myself sewing the very last wedge, then managed to delete it off my phone, off my camera, which is fairly typical for me. But I did time myself, and I will put that, I screenshot that, and it took I think about 41 minutes to do the one wedge, and that's 41 minutes, that was the last one, so I was fairly up to speed by that stage. So yeah, so you have to do each one of those. There are 24 of them. So you've got, you've got to choose your fabrics, you've got to print all the templates, you've got to cut the fabric for it, you've got to piece them. Then when you've pieced them, you then put all of them together. You add the outside bits, you put all 6 of them together. No, not 6. Yeah, 6 of them together. Then you put the circle, semicircle, no, quarter circle, I'm doing well today, aren't I? The quarter circle in the middle, and then you join them into 4s, into 2s, into 4s, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. If you are looking for a quick fix, this is not it, okay? If you're looking for a project that you can work through quite methodically, if you like paper foundation piecing, then this is one for you. Would I do it again? No, probably not. Did I enjoy it? Not all of it. No. Like I say, it was a bit tedious. But am I pleased with the results? So far, yes I am. Yes I am. I'm very happy with it. And I'm quite pleased with the colour palette, I'm pleased with the fabrics. So yes, I am pleased with it so far. Now, if you're going to say to me, Emma, get that on your quilt frame and quilt it now, strike while the iron's hot, then I'm really sorry, I don't think we can be friends anymore. That's it. Job done. I think I need a break from this. It's going to take me a few days to get all the papers out, and when I've done that, yeah, I think it's probably going to go back in the cupboard for a period of time. Mainly because I've committed myself to a couple of other things, so that I want to do on the quilt frame first, and having spent so much time and effort in this now, what I don't want to do is throw it onto the frame, rush it, and not make a decent effort with the quilting. So papers will come out and it will then go away for a while, and then I can have a little think about what I'm going to do with it. So that is one of my bags out of the cupboard. I've got some excess fabric here, so I will probably keep that in the bag with the quilt once the papers are out, until I decide, till I get the quilting done, and then decide how I'm going to bind it, etc. So yay! Yay me! Yay me! That's so good. Not. Anyway,